Hello guys, how you doing? Again, your favorite CAD teacher out on the internet. Yep, that's me, Rodrigo. We're gonna make this little fandangle right here, which eventually we're gonna actually make and build. And I've made this and made a little PDF copy of it. And so we're gonna go through a couple things here on how to make this. And let's get it started. The first thing we got to do is we need to make a file of our stuff on our folder. Here's my folder. And so we're going to need to make a unit 4 folder in here. And so please make something like this. All right, that says unit 4 on there. Make a folder that says unit 4. And in this folder, we're going to make a new folder that is called Automata. Okay. Spell it that way, Automata. And let's go ahead and put our initials, RC. All right. All right, so we're going to make a folder. And then once we got that, we're going to go on to Canvas. And looks like I haven't loaded this stuff on here yet, so let me load that on myself. Give me a sec. All right, I'm back. I fixed the link here, and so we're going to click on this and click here to download all the Automata files, and we're just going to save the files. All right, and what's going to happen there is that is going to go to our downloads folder, and that is right here, and I'm going to clean that up for you also real quick. All right, so you should see something like this, unless no one's deleted all the stuff in the downloads. All right, but this is what we're looking for right here. And we just want that right there. So all the other stuff has been stuff that's been downloaded before. I'm going to open that, and these are the parts we're going to use. All right, I've tried to name them as easily as possible. And again, the easiest thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the stuff in my folder. All right, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay. All right, I skipped ahead there, and so I'm in my folder, desktop, Capelli, Unit 4, Automata. And here's the way I like to do it. I like to have both of these open. And I literally like to click and drag this stuff over and have it in my folder. All right, so you should be able to verify that stuff is in your folder. Sometimes I like to minimize everything and just go to my folder and go to, it should look clean, right? You shouldn't have anything here but the 3 periods, 3 names, unit 4, Automata, your stuff's in there. All right, what we got to do is we're going to make a project file now. So we're going to open Autodesk Inventor and make a project file. If you are unsure of how to make a project file, I'm probably going to speed this section up. I want you to check the reference doc at the end, at the back of your binder, but you should pretty much know how to do this by now. All right, so we're going to make a new project file, and I'm going to do this, and I'm probably going to speed this part up. Let's call this Automata with your initials. Desktop, Capelli U4 Automata looks good. All right, now if everything looks good, we should have a project file in there with all of our part files. All right, that should be correct. Okay, moving forward here, I'm going to start making the assembly here. All right, so one of the first things I'm going to do is I am going to, we're going to make a new assembly file, and I want to make sure that I am in inches, and so that's the one I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I'm in my project file, create, okay, and one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to put my base plate in there. The base plate is going to be the plate at the bottom. I'm gonna put this big thing and ground it, and then I'll put the standoffs at the bottom and ground those. All right. And then my next part is I'm going to make these on the side, I'm going to make these parts. These are the same. I'm going to do them as sub-assemblies, and then I'll put those on, and I'll put this part on last. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. We got our base plate. Let's go ahead and put that on there. Okay, and I'm going to put OK. You'll see that the XY plane is lit up, and I think I probably saved it that way. Actually, we'll leave that on. If that is lit up, keep it lit up. We'll use that visibility. You can make the other ones visible. It's going to be useful later on, but actually the one that we want visible is this one right here. All right, cool. We're done with that. We're gonna place the standoffs now. And so the standoffs are these guys, and we need 4 of them on each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are in the right orientation, so that looks good. And let's go ahead and work on that. Okay, so it looks good. Now, here's one of the main problems is when you want to do insert, you can do insert with a axis, but there's no axis here to click on. All right, so I'm going to show you a little trick here that you can do. All right, unfortunately, there's no axis there to click on, so we're going to do a little trick here. Let's double click on the base plate, and it's going to open that file, and I'm going to be able to work on it. This stuff's going to kind of disappear a little bit. You'll see it's there, but now it's like I'm right here. I'm in the part file. I can click return to go back to the assembly, but I'm essentially in the part file, and I can modify the part right here. All right, we're going to do a little trick here to make an axis coming out of this. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this point right here, and I'm going to do a center point loop around edges, and I'm going to click on, when it's red and green all over, I'm going to click on that, and I have a center point right there. All right, terrific. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on axis, and I'm going to do normal plane, normal to plane. Normal means perpendicular, perpendicular to plane through a point. I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to go to click on, I can click on the plane, and then I click on the point, and then I have an axis going perpendicular to that, perpendicular to this plane and through that point. All right. Cool, I'm good now, and now I have an axis, and I could do it on all of them. All right, so let's go ahead and do it through all these, and I will probably pause the video while I do it, and then you guys can do it. All right, so I got all my axes set up, and so I can align these now. I'm going to click return and go to the assembly. And now I'm going to do the, now I'm going to constrain it, and I'm going to do a mate. I'm going to mate the axes together. Okay, so I'm going to do this one and this one right here. And it did that. It flipped it around. Did I want that? No. All right, so let's cancel that. And here's one thing I forgot to do is let's ground this base plate. Okay, so I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to go to grounded. I want this to stay fixed and everything else to move towards it. And let's see, did I lose a, okay, so the base plate's grounded. I feel like I'm missing a, did a standoff just disappear? Let me find that standoff. If not, I can place another one. I have 3 standoffs. I guess I need to put another one there. I will do that. I don't know where the other one went. All right, cool. Well, let's try this one. We're going to constrain this, and we're going to do mate. And I kind of want the arrow going down, so I can do this one first. Let me get it right here. There we go. Axis. All right, so that happened. I might be able to, I could do that. Let me try something else here. Let's go to the bottom. And let's move this guy down. Let's see if it works this way. There's other ways to do this. but this is just one way. Sometimes you got to play around with it. It can't really read your mind and know exactly where you want things to go. So sometimes the arrow is still going up here, but I can figure that out here in a little bit. I will show you another method here real soon if this doesn't work. You know what? I'm going to go this side because it's easier to see. All right, so let's see if we can constrain this. We're going to do mate. Yeah, the arrow's still going up. I've forgotten how to do this, to be honest with you, but there is a way to do this. And let's find the other. I'm going to come around from this angle. And okay, so let's see what that looks like. Apply. And it's on the top, so we're going to have to fix that. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to move this up. It's on the same axis, but I'm going to do another constraint here. And I'm going to go from the bottom. I'm going to mate this face right here with this face right here. And it went that way, and that is not what I want. All right, let me pause the video and figure this out real quick. Okay, got this figured out. Sometimes you got to play around with things a little bit. So it's aligned on this axis, so you can see it kind of just like flows through. So actually what we're going to do, instead of trying to mate this face with the bottom, I'm going to mate the top face. So I'm going to move this down, and I'm going to do a constraint, and I will mate this top part. Make sure you get on the face right there, and then I'm going to go to the bottom, and I can click anywhere on this face right there and apply, and that is mated. All right, go ahead and do that for all the other holes on here. Okay, now we are back, and you have this all put up, all right? And so what we're going to do next is we're going to make a subassembly of this side part right here, all right? We're going to make a subassembly of that. Okay, so this is the easiest way to do it, because then once we make this, we just copy this and put it on the other side, all right? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to make a, let me go ahead and save this. I'm going to save this as Automata RC, okay, and that is our main file. And I'm going to make a new subassembly. and in the same project. All right. And let's save this as um, um, sub assembly side automata RC. All right, subassembly side automata RC. All right, cool. Save it in the same place. And we're going to start making a side. So let me go ahead and start putting some of the things in there. We need a, so I'm going to put some of these things, just these things on the side in there. So let's go ahead and put this plate and these bars, and we'll put these guys together in there. All right. So the plate is 5 by 25. Okay, let's put that in there. And let's see what this is looking like here. Now, if I want this kind of looking the other way, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this in the Y direction. Rotate in the Y direction. And then I'm going to rotate it in the blue Z direction so it's facing up. So I'm going to rotate it in the Z direction. So what I did here is I right clicked. I'm going to rotate it in the Z direction. And now I'm going to put it up against something that way. I like that better. Okay, so once you're placing something, you can right click and you can rotate it in X, Y, or Z. All right, so, and I'm going to put it like that. All right, and I only need one, so I'm going to press OK. And I couldn't see which way this was going, so I'm going to right click on this one and I'm going to delete this guy. All right, then we're going to place the bars in there. Let's place the bars, and these are flat bar 14 holes. Okay, so and they look in that orientation. So let's open these guys, and I'm going to rotate these guys. I want them standing up, so if you can kind of imagine, I'm going to rotate them in the X direction, so they flip up, the red X direction. So let's go ahead and do that. Rotate in the X, and I'm going to put one right here and one right there. All right. And let's just do one thing at a time. So it looks to me like from our drawing, you can look at the drawing that you have. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes up. At 6 holes up, this guy is going to line up with that. All right. So here's probably the best way to do it. Is I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put these guys next to each other right here. All right. And let's do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put that guy right there. All right. So one way to do this, the easiest way to do this is, again, like I said, there's no insert. So what we got to do is I'm going to do a couple things. One thing I can do is I can do a flush. I'm going to flush the sides of this to the sides of that. So I'm going to do a flush this side right here with the same hole 6 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. Apply. All right, that is flush. Okay. Now, if you look at this, it can go in various directions, but you can't see it, but it's still flush. All right. Now I'm going to do the bottom side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to actually constrain flush that. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apply. All right. So what we're looking at here is that it can only go along that hole. Now it's not flush against the thing, so I'm going to mate that. I'm going to mate this side to that side. And let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do a mate. And it's already on mate. This is flush. That is mate. And let me look at the back side here. All right. Apply. And let's check out the front. Okay. So as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 6 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that should be pretty much aligned. And it is. All right. And I should be able to move it. and the whole thing moves, and it doesn't quite move out of the way. They're stuck together pretty well. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Go ahead and do that, and I'll probably speed up the video to get that part done. All right, great. Now you see this side right here. It looks pretty good. What are we gonna do next? According to your drawing, we can put this rail in here, or we can put that rail in there. Either one. Let's put the top one in there real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to place. This is a chassis 25 2 by 1 by 25. All right, so it's basically it's kind of well, it's 2 wide by 1, and it's 25 holes long. All right, so it's 25 holes long. So we're gonna place that guy in there. All right, and it looks like it's kind of facing the wrong way. I want to rotate it, you know, in the Y direction, 180 degrees. So let's go ahead and do that. Now you don't have to do this, but I think it makes it a little bit easier on you. All right, so I'm gonna place that and press OK. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do the mate and the flush, except with the end pieces right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Flush this end, that end. Okay. Apply. Flush this end with that end. Great. And then I'm going to mate. Whoop, cancel. I'm going to mate this end with that end right there. And I might have done something wrong. It still goes up and down. I think I didn't flush one of these ends. Okay. I'm going to flush this bottom side with that bottom side right here. I think maybe I didn't do that correctly. So flush. Apply. And this should not move. All right. Okay, so now we're going to put the middle chassis rail in there. This guy right here. So let's take a look at that. Place, this is called chassis rail. Actually, I didn't put chassis rail, but it's 1 by 2 by 16 holes. And let's place that in there. And I want it standing up, so I'm going to rotate it in the Z direction so it stands up. I'm going to rotate it in the X direction, the red one, 90 degrees. I'm going to keep rotating in the X direction, keep rotating in the X direction, and I want it roughly like that. Okay. Looking at the drawing, let me pause the video here and find the dimensions, but you can find the dimensions on your drawing. All right, looking at the drawing, looks like it's 10 holes this way is the first hole. That's 3 holes down. All right, so I'm going to go a little bit closer, and I'm going to do the same stuff I did before, which is flush and mate. So I'm going to do flush 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one. And 3 holes down. This one. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing for the top side. I'm going to do flush again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bottom side. 1, 2, 3. Apply. All right. So this is looking pretty good. This should just come out and come in. And now we just want to stick this to the back of that. So let's do a mate. Okay, so the mate, let's mate this side with that side right there. Let's click apply. And let's take a look, see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. All the holes should be lined up. So the holes are lined up here, holes lined up here. This should all work together. This should be lined up on the bottom. And we pretty much have our side subassembly here. Okay. We're gonna make the bar right here as another subassembly. So let's go ahead and make that real quick. We're gonna save this guy. All right. Actually, let me go ahead and put this on. I'm going to put this on this thing. I'm going to put the subassembly on and show you guys how to do that. Okay, so we're going to constrain. We're going to place actually the subassembly, open. We're going to put 1 here. And I'm going to rotate this in the green Y direction. And put it right there. Okay. All right, looking at my drawing, it looks like this one is 2 holes down and on the same side. Let's go ahead and do that. I think I did the wrong one here. Okay, let's see here. Flush. Yeah, I did the first one. Delete. Now I'm going to mate the back side. And I think something went wrong here. Let's see what's going on. Well, I didn't quite flush it to the bottom, so I'm going to flush it to the bottom there. Thought I did, but I guess it didn't work. Apply. Okay, so looks like this guy should be pretty well fixed there. Now you could do the same thing on the other side, or one thing you could do, I'm going to show you here real quick, is you could do this mirror constraint tool. All right, so we're going to do the mirror one, or symmetry. And this does a little symmetry on both sides. So we're going to use the fact that there's a symmetry plane here. And the first thing is you're going to click on one aspect that you want symmetrical on one side. So let's say I click on this face right here. Okay, so I'm going to click on this face. I'm going to click on the same symmetrical face on the other side. And then I'm going to click on the mirror plane, and it's going to put it right there. Apply. All right, now you'll notice that this can still move up and down, but it should be symmetrical. These faces should be on the same side. Now I keep doing the same thing. I'm going to do mirror plane, and let me do another face here just to make sure that I did a perpendicular face. Now I'm going to do a horizontal face. So I'll do this one right here. And I want it symmetrical across this one. All right, apply, and it should be only moving in one direction now. All right, and let's just do a mate now. So I will do a mate of this one and this one, and click apply. All right. Okay, so basically you got some of the main subassembly there, and I'm going to pause the video right now and let you guys work on this part and get it done up to this point. Thanks for watching.